sea animal.
Yes.
Like, I want to learn about...
All right, guys. Sorry, been there a minute. My kid was looking at something. So I said we go live a little bit later today. Just kind of due to the market sideways action, which is pretty good right here. And so what we have today is TQQ up 2%, NASDAQ up 0.6%. Doing pretty good. Not bad. Volume isn't going to be elevated, but that's fine. Right now we're just looking for a pause in the markets. Go through some of the winners today, at least the ones on my list. We got MJ stocks doing good. Kron's up almost 10%. We got Shen up 8%. Looks like it's sold off significantly here. What's up, Aram? How you doing, buddy? Long time no see. Where have you been? TripAdvisor, we mentioned TripAdvisor earlier. Maybe it wasn't quite TripAdvisor, but TripAdvisor looking pretty healthy here. I like the retracement to this breakout point. Looking pretty good on the weekly. CGC, another marijuana stock. Emmys, whoa, coming back after being down a tremendous amount. Wow, that's a huge day for Emmys. It was down a lot. It had almost a 50% range today. That's amazing. Emmys with a 50% pop. I'm not saying that's buyable, but maybe a little bit. No follow through yet, Blair. We got about 3 minutes left in the day. Just thought I'd pop on here for a bit, and yeah, just kind of check things out. No, but it's nice. I mean, we're not selling off into oblivion, so there's nothing wrong with that. Could be a thing to take one or two smaller positions. I don't know if I'd lean into the market at this stage of the game, but remember I said yesterday the market can turn around at any point, any single point. Booking.com sold off most of the day, but if you look at it, the gap was from here, so if you extend this bar up, we're still pretty elevated. Manitowoc, Tilray, another MJ stock. Here, which is one that has was a previous winner, basing out here, overtook the 50-day on very good volume. I think earnings are coming out after earnings after market today, so just in a few minutes, we'll see right there. Yeah, nothing new. It's a bear market. That's cool, Earl. I'm good seeing you, buddy. Yeah, I'm like that. I like it when it's cool when I get to know people and they're good people and then they disappear and then they come back. I always like that. Workday doing good. Control 4 not doing good. CDNA doing okay. Fox, remember Fox the other day, guys, just had this huge run up. Looks like it's still continuing that run. Good accumulation down here. Pretty much everything above average volume except for today. So hopefully that'll keep doing good. Square, we talked about a week ago about how these things shouldn't necessarily be this low. And if you look at the volume signature, see that big volume down day right there? Look where that closed. That's an accumulation day. They bought the bejesus out of that, and we never really undercut that low, maybe just for an hour or so right there. But very low volume throughout this entire situation, and there you go. CMCM, SkyWest, EVR. EVR bouncing at an interesting area for longer term. You got a prior high right here. Kind of a double bottom, weird situation. At least a bounce, I'd say, into that moving average right there at this $96 level. MJ up 2.5%. Looking pretty good. On a little bit of a run here, but the volume is pretty weak, except for today. But you can see right there we've got a good amount of low volume on these rises. So not that that's the worst thing in the world. especially for an ETF like MJ, but at the same time, it would be nicer if it had higher volume. But after a lot of the run that the MJ stocks had, we definitely were due some distribution right there. And this would be healthy volume if we were to see it, over here. And keep in mind, in terms of marijuana, this is still a very, very fledgling industry. We're talking run here in August, which is like 2 months ago. Was that? I don't know, how does math work? I don't know how math works, but that was like 2.5 months ago. And pulling back all the way back to the breakup point, actually, technically is good. Technically, is not bad whatsoever. I would have liked it to hold higher, though, but is what it is. Starbucks was doing, wow, look at Starbucks, guys. Fantastic after the earnings breakup a couple days ago. Closing here really good. We could get a follow-through day tomorrow if a lot of these charts keep going the way that they're looking today. Ulta, oh my gosh. And the market just closed right when I looked at Ulta. Son of a bee. That's Ulta, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be, this could be a big winner going forward. Ulta, phenomenal. Fundamentals, great price action. Just super duper. And that is a technical term, guys. Super duper. ODFL, when we've kind of been noting with a big broadening wedge here. Not quite sure how I feel about that. I'm not quite sure how I feel about my chart not doing what I want it to do either. But kind of a, either way you look at it, it's kind of a broadening wedge. You can see right there the downside reaction. But ODFL, Old Dominion Freight Lines, if you don't know what they do, they run trains. So, open and close live stream? Yeah, maybe. I just thought that, with the market where it is, I don't know, I just felt like doing a live stream today this afternoon. I really can't explain it. It was on the bike ride with the kid, got back. I'm like, oh, it's a few minutes before the market closes. Let's check it out. And so here you can actually see the NASDAQ is still open on the futures side. Let's take this down to the 5-minute. And having a good upside reaction right there after the market close. Very nice. And the Qs are closed here. I'm just going to go back to the normal Qs. So look at that low volume today. I mean, we're primed up for a follow-through day, guys. Primed for a follow-through day. Not sure when it's going to come. May not come tomorrow. May not come this week. But yeah, we're primed for it. We got low volumes, so that's good. And on the 5-minute, you can see that we're rallying here in the NASDAQ. So we closed, yeah, right there. So this is the first 5-minute bar. So that's right where we closed. And look what happened. Boom. Right after the close. So I think they basically leave it open so that the market makers can cover their positions for the day, I think is why they do it. They have huge market makers in futures. And they never like going home too long or too short. So, but good moves here after the close. And I like looking at the futures. You get more price action. But looking really good. Looking really good right there. Yeah, so you can see the futures up 0.9%, Q's up 0.76%. All right, let's keep going with the NVGS. Look at this on the weekly, guys. This is pretty nice. I'm not mad at this whatsoever. Oh, how's that poking through right there? That's interesting. Oh, yeah, I guess it does poke through a little bit. There we go. Let's get it not poking through. But NVGS been stuck in this lower descending triangle or symmetrical triangle for about 2 years now, as a matter of fact. NVGS, I forget what they do. They were a leader back in the day, which is why they're on my list. I'm going to go check them out, see if they're still doing good, because that could set us up for higher action. Look at the squeeze right there. That's beautiful. Love it. Unfortunately, their composite ranking is 29 out of 99. So, eek. 41st in their group. International Regional Seaborne Transportation with a fleet of 38 handy-size liquefied gas carriers. So, one green debt in the entire, this is so funny. Look at that. Earnings, all red. Annual earnings, red or NA. Sales margin, ROE. The only thing is they don't have a tremendous amount of debt. That's the only thing is green. And the fundamentals, you can never find something that's all red. It's rare to find something that's all green, but rarely something that's all red. Anyway, may not be nothing to do, but interesting chart pattern nonetheless. This could be a precursor to a move. It's kind of difficult to say. I mean, it's kind of been all over the place a little bit here. XPI, EW. EW coming right back. And I just read an article on IBD earlier today about WHD. Remember we talked about WHD finding support at that level right there? You remember that on the earnings day? And look at it right now. It's right back up here. And guess where our buy point was back in the day? Right there. We're right back at that buy point. That is fast, ladies and gentlemen. That is super fast. Super, super, super fast. Christina asks a decent question. Is it better not to trade before election results come out? It might become volatile. I don't think it matters too much, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, plus, I mean, election results come out tonight. Later tonight, they'll be able to aggregate results. In the morning, they'll call a few tight races. They'll have 80 to 90% of the races closed tonight before midnight Eastern Standard Time. So you'll have the results tomorrow. And they're not really hinging on the election too much. Midterms aren't affected as much by a cyclical cycle as the presidential elections are. So I'm really not super concerned about the midterm elections. But I really do like WHD. I just read a nice article on IBD about them just during lunch, and it's yeah, I mean, look at that action, guys. Beautiful, tight, sideways action. I mean, just a nice little range there, about 16%. Yes, I'm omitting this. That's fine. This was like very late in the market stage, obviously, right? And then coming back pretty good. I like WHD. Fundamentally, it's very strong. After earnings looks good, so that could be interesting. So, where are we at today? Well, we had a pretty low volume day, that's what we need, guys. We need some more low volume days. And then we're setting up for a follow-through day. And at a very minimum, what we're looking for is lack of selling. We're looking for a lack of selling. Now, we talked about last Friday looking horrible, and it is kind of horrible, but this is a good support day. This is a nice upward day, so not a bad thing. Omitting quite a bit there. Yeah, you know why I'm doing that though? Mainly because these two tops are really close, and there's the close the other day right there that's really close, and we stopped there today. And all of this is a lot of distribution up here, and I get that, like right there. I was actually trading this up here, and I got shaken out of it down here on this double top, and then it started rising. Rise was on pretty low volume, and this is a gorgeous candle right there on earnings. Look at the volume. It's definitely bigger than we've seen in quite some time. That would be a great pocket pivot. But it just got kind of muted. Also, this was like the last throes of the bull market. So it was basically anyway, yeah, it is omitting quite a bit there. Yeah, you are correct about that, but I do that from time to time at my own discretion. But thanks for calling me out. But either way, it looks really good, very good fundamentally. Look at the 50 days still curling up. Look at that. And this is a new IPO, doesn't even have a 200-day moving average yet. So a recent IPO doubled already, and it looks like it's still continuing the move. I mean, if we were to look back on this and, in 6 months to a year, and we ended up with something like this, would you be mad about that blip right there if you were looking at this price level? Not really. I don't think you'd be too mad. Let's see what didn't work today. Solo did not work today. Oh my goodness, you mean the ugliest car in the world didn't work? Horrible. TWOU. Wow, that was a thing. That's pretty crazy right there. Ooh, Quad U came down today. My goodness. My goodness, what a whipsaw in this one. I would stay away from this at this stage in the game. We talked earlier, it was kind of up here, pulling back a little bit. But after the big reaction yesterday, I thought it would at least round out. Maybe this still could be a time to get in if you're so inclined on the Quad U's here, but pretty bad reaction. BCC. Wow, 50% lower earnings. That's pretty bad right there. I'd stay away from them. Melly, ABC, Car, looks like it's still not quite ready to go yet. BLFS, which we were liking for a while there, broke that trend line, going sideways. Looks like now it's negating the 200-day moving average. Volume is starting to increase here, so that may get further oversold. Earnings are coming out, looks like in a few days, this week sometime. MyGen not looking good. NIL, one that we just found today, did not do so hot. Etsy looks like a head and shoulders pattern right there, guys. Possible shorting opportunity. Maybe, maybe not. So down to 22 possible here on Etsy. Yeah, it's looking okay. So kind of a mixed market. They're moving money around. Indices looking good. NASDAQ now up 1% on the futures. So, yeah, we'll see if tomorrow we get that follow-through day. But that's it, guys. I just want to take a quick look at the markets. I'm not going to hold you much longer. Nothing crazy going on, but today was a pretty good day. I'm not mad at these 2 days whatsoever. Give me some nice sideways action. We talked about trying to set up a little declining trend going on here. Looks like that is in the works so far. If we can maintain above this trend line, I think that would be awesome. So unless you guys have any questions, want me to look at something, I'll give you guys a minute to bring up any questions if you have any, and then I'll get out of here. Oh, post on Bitcoin? Yeah, sure, Christina. Yeah, I wasn't really watching. Like I said, went to lunch, went bike riding with the boy. I want to see what Apple and Amazon are doing today. Obviously, they're important. Amazon really or Apple really a nothing volume day today. So we'll see how that goes. That could be a test day. I'll have to look up my definition of I came up with what I call a test day. I did about 8 hours of research and can only find like 4 examples of a test day. I'll have to pull that up and see if that was a test day or not. Wow, look at the declining volume in Amazon, just like clockwork. Look at that. If you guys are familiar with woodworking, if it's like a featherboard, that's a woodworking featherboard right there. I think that's what it's called. Amazon also very low volume, so they're going to test the market here. We need to see if it's going to break to the upside or break to the downside, but they're waiting to see if there's any more sellers, and so far there hasn't been any, and I think that's probably what this low volume is about. Am I bullish or bearish on these markets? Been quite the drop / correction, asks Monkeytron. I am leaning bullish. I am also cautious of the markets generally. I'm always generally a little bit cautious of the markets, but we've had a pretty good sell-off. I mean, 15% drop is more than we've had in the past. I don't think we jump immediately into all-time highs this month. I think maybe towards the end of the year or early next year we'll probably get back into all-time highs. But I don't, the economy's hot. Wages are good. There's, not bad things out there. We got the trade war with some headwinds, but we're really shrugging it off so far. Speaking of trade winds, Fortinet right here with their electronics, they sold off pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I'm leaning more bullish. I still have my positions. So if you guys remember, I bought on this day right here. That day right there on the high volume day, and then we had that high volume day, and then I added a little bit on this big scary day right there towards the bottom underneath where it closed. So I've got my positions in the market, and I'm holding on to them. I don't see any reason to get rid of them right now. If we start to see some big reversals, I may second guess that, and I may liquidate maybe half of my position, so I end up with 2/3 of what I started with over here, something like that. But got the high volume days behind us so far, and we went through a couple Thursdays ago and went through that high volume situation, and we're looking good. So yeah, I'm not mad at the market at all, and it's going to do what it's going to do. All we can do is buy and sell. So I think the worst of it's behind us, but we'll see. We still haven't crossed the 200-day on the Nasdaq. That could prove to be a fatal flaw if we can't get above that. Remember earlier I said if we flag out here, then pop above the 200 and flag out up here. I think that would be pretty healthy. Same way we did kind of here over the 50-day. There's the 50-day moving average, and we were here, flagged out for a little bit, popped up, flagged out for a little bit. I think that would be ideal if we could do something like that. But we've had a pretty decent sell-off. It's been kind of scary. Hopefully we're done, but it doesn't mean we go up straight away. Yeah, I'll go check out Slack. Christina, did you want me to do that right now? I can do that over air, I guess. That can be a rising channel. Was that your chart? Oh, you got some other ones. Yeah, what you laid out before is essentially what I'm talking about. So let me pull up these charts. What you're referring to here from the 2014, is this the one you're talking about? Yeah, okay, I got it. This is it. So, yeah, you posted this before, and I remember this, and this is actually very similar to what I went through in my presentation too, is that we had the tight action, we had the fake out to the upside, the fake out to the downside, then it started continuing. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's fully valid. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, you're doing really good there. Your charts are great. So, oh, here's some more charts. Am I missing more? You got a lot of charts. Holy crap, this is awesome. Gotta love charts. Who's that? Okay, BTC. There's a lot going on here. I like it. No, share all your charts, man. That's what this is about. Who was giving you crap? Ted was doing good. Bitcoin dollar. That's a lot of stuff. I have no idea what you're talking about there. I'll try to look for... Is this the gold chart right here? So this would be the situation about an elongated bear market. I've had a similar thought about that. I've had a very similar thought about that, but I don't know at this stage in the game. We've been sideways for so long. There's a lot going on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it justice in this stream here. We get a YOLO pump. Is that what you're looking at here? Again, there's a 20-second delay, so I'm kind of all over the place. Going with a good old line chart, huh? That's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of information there, but I mean, I generally, like I said, I agree with the fake out scenario. Um, I also, I mean, I still think it could drop, but a descending triangle is a descending triangle. So, like I said in the presentation, you got to wait for it to break really one way or the other. But there's some hodlers that just want to get in, and I can't blame them too much. Check out Ripple. Bitcoin Cash, Ripple. Oh, snap, son. Ripple's looking dope. A little bit late on that one. Looking really good, though. Oh, Ripple's running, son. Maybe a little too late to get in, but it's looking really good. Cool. Maybe Bitfinex will liquidate me again, or BitMEX will liquidate me again. I'm up so much. Yeah, Ripple, kind of a secondary pump, probably due to Bitcoin Cash as well, but I like that break right above there. That's a good one. Also, that level right there too. That one's a little more arbitrary though. Oh, I'm on the 1 minute. How am I on the 1 minute? My goodness. Oh, there we go. Okay. Looking at the 1 minute, I'm like, man. Yeah, Ripple looks great. I mean, it could go right now. If it goes right now, it's super strong. If it doesn't go right now and waits, then it's going to be maybe a bigger move. We'll have to see right there, but yeah, I became Mel for a minute. Well, I look at the 1 minute charts and I'm really trying to decipher what the volume action is implying. I don't trade off the 1 minute. Sometimes I've done that in the past. I've actually traded off a 1 minute chart, not realizing it was a 1 minute chart, and I feel stupid when that happens. So I really try not to leave them on the 1 minute charts, but I obviously did right there. So, but XRP looking really good. I like the volume coming back in right here on the 15-minute chart. See the volume aggregation tool turning upwards again. Already a little bit overbought, so maybe we can go sideways and kind of lay this out from an RSI perspective. We'll see. Well, it depends on the 1 minute chart. Like the Ripple 1 minute looks fine. You've got ranges, you've got pretty clear price action, but if you look at some of the smaller coins, basically a 1 minute chart is like 15 years worth of price action built into 1 week's worth of charts, because it's just so small. It's just so small. Not sure about that one, Sankt. So this is a family rated show, my friend. Family rated. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here before I get sucked too much into this. Ooh, XLM's up a little bit too. XLM moving a little bit higher there too, looking good. Higher lows, crossing that level. Looks like it's about to cross that level. Getting a little bit long here. Look at that. Look at the volume aggregation tool since right there. Just gorgeous. Pretty elevated there already on the RSI, so we'll see if it continues pumping, because it could. Anyway, guys, I'm going to bounce. I didn't want to make it super long, but XRP doing good here today. Bitcoin Cash doing great too. Looks like we got Lumens trying to jump in the equation as well. Bitcoin kind of taking a bit of a breather right now, although it is setting up nicely to break this trend line, guys. Guys, wait for that alert. Wait for that alert. All right, guys. Have a good day. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.